Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is, what is today? Today is Wednesday, March 10th at 7 p.m. Central. And I am here with live coloring. Excuse me. I don't know, maybe I better start again. Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. I'm so glad to be here. I'm glad you guys can make it. So we just need to make sure that everybody can hear me. Hi Stacy, can you hear me okay? Somebody was already bumped out of the room and I'm thinking I may have to restart again. Oh, bummer. Okay, you can hear me. Okay. I've got a new headset. How does my voice sound? I was having so much trouble with that other headset, I just am going to send it back. Nice and clear. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys a favor. So I'm going to step out of the room because this should have a distance on it, and I'm going to count while I'm walking out. And I want you to tell me if I'm still sounding as loud, okay, or as clear. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm back in. Did it stay clear all the way? So after 3 and 4, it got dull again, right? Six fades. Okay. And right now I'm sounding loud and clear. And is it sounding better than I sounded last night? Hi, Jean. Does it sound clearer than what I did last? Loud and clear. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping that it didn't sound far away. Yes, better than last night. Okay, because I got a new headset, guys. And this one seemed to connect a lot better, so I just want to make sure. Okay, I guess I can move that. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad to see everybody that you can come in. Lila, hello. Maddie, hello. Oh, you lost me when I left. Okay. Okay. Hello, Sherry. Can you hear the music in the background? I just want to make sure you can hear that as well. Hello, Melissa. Lost you with my old headset. Okay, good. You can hear it. All right, great. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate this while I'm working all this out. Okay, let's get going here. Ruth Sanderson, of course, on the 18th. Hi, Katie. And then we have a duet coloring with myself and Dawn. Good. The music is clear as well. Good, 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 good. Yeah, I really want to clear that up and make sure everybody can hear me very clearly. Okay. So 16th and 18th were booked. And then Jeff is coming in. I don't have my calendar in front of me. I want to say the 27th, but I will mark that and make sure. So you guys really need to be checking announcements all the time. New stuff is coming up very quickly. Hello, Brooke. All right, so I got Happy Mail today. Woohoo! First thing that I got, 25th for Jeff. Thank you. Yeah, I don't have my calendar in front of me. Thanks, Lila. And again, I just haven't released that announcement yet. Okay, so guess what, guys? We now have liquid pearls. And I've got the white opal. You can see who sent that to me. Lila, thank you so much. And I'm going to be demonstrating this in a little while. Not tonight, because we got other things going on. But thank you so much for this. I appreciate it. That is neat stuff. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. All right. And I got some books, some new books. Look at this. Isn't that cool? And this is from Jean and her mom, Marilyn. And if one container of liquid pearls isn't enough, yeah, that liquid pearls is cool. We got another container, and this is from Jean and her mom, Marilyn. Thank you both so much. So I've got, I mean, one would have been enough to play with, but now I got two. That is pretty cool, I'm telling you. So I'll be doing some tutorials on that stuff. You guys are so great. Yep, and I will be shipping those out. Sherry, my apologies. I've got to get those mailed out. That is totally my fault. That will be happening shortly as well, so forgive me on that. Are we still friends, Sherry? All right. Tell me you still love me, Sherry. Oh, no, don't feel bad. No, it really, I was delayed. It was my fault. Okay. Now, Marilyn and Jean also sent a couple of books for us. Now, as a number of you know, I love Oriental stuff. And this is called Japanese Coloring Book with a black background. Oh, Lila got two books today. You're going to have to tell us what it is. What'd you get? What'd you get, Lila? So I wanted to show you these pages. I want you guys to see this because you know that I like it when you guys color out of your comfort zones. Got my new modem installed, and come to find out, I also have router problems. My router is choking off my broadcast. That has been fixed. Friday I will have a new router, so I will be up to snuff. I still need to clean up my desk. Yeah, right. So this is the Japanese coloring book. And I want you guys to see, look at this. Look at the background down here. Totally black. Zoom in. Zoom in. The illustrations are absolutely beautiful. Let me pull you out just a tad. Oh, I hate that when I do that. So the really neat thing here is that when you have these Japanese designs with their bright colors, the black. Oh, Sherry, I'm so glad that you're out of that rabbit hole. Guys, look at this illustration here, how beautiful that's going to be. Isn't that gorgeous? And Jeff talked about where it leads the eye, and you can see how that leads the eye all the way through. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Oh, Sketchbook Bloom. Yep. Scriptures Grayscale by Teresa Davis. Yep, you don't have to retype that. I know exactly those. So I want you to see how striking these images are. Downright scary. I want you to imagine color with this, guys. How that's going to really look with that background. That's why I was so excited about this particular book. Yeah, I can use neon. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Very striking, very bold. So Sherry's out of her rabbit hole. Yay. So gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. I'm very excited about this book to do that for you. That dragon will be fantastic. Well, we want Sherry out of her rabbit hole. That's right. We are happy for you. Yep, dragon's really cool. That one and that one. Had the sneezes. Hi, Helen. I'm showing these books and then I'll have you on and we can talk. Helen's ready to talk about the winners. Oranges, reds, and blacks. That's exactly right. Now, if you ever need, look at this one. Isn't that cool? Oh, love this one. Let's see. Yeah, this way. The images are really beautiful. I figured that they would be. Jean, I'm so excited. Thank you. Marilyn, if you can hear me, thank you so much. Anything with a cat is cool. Look at this. And the thing is, guys, when we do the colors here, I'm not going to do a single color. You know that, right? We're going to do blending of different colors. No static colors, guys. Oh yeah, Sherry. And Melissa, I'll be getting that book out to you as well shortly. So the images are absolutely beautiful. I mean, look how these flowers explode behind the fish and then the water. Just absolutely beautiful. And Melissa, just to confirm, you wanted the mandalas and not the Christmas book. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? So I wanted to show you this book. Again, that's the Japanese, it's just called Japanese Coloring Book. 35 Japanese designs, one-sided pages, color test pages as well. So that is now in our arsenal. Yeah, I got you, Melissa. Okay. And the second book they sent is this Christmas Cats coloring book. Let's see here. So 3/10/21 from Jean and Marilyn. Now, here's the fun thing. The images look, well, they're simplistic. But that's the neat thing about them, is that's going to go ahead and let us do lots of cool things with this. Lots of fun with backgrounds. Yep, the things you can, look at that one. Isn't that ridiculously cute? A box, of course. Of course. Little carrot on there. And isn't that just like a cat to get into Christmas lights? This book makes me smile. It really does. Makes me laugh. Look at that kitty in the Christmas ornament. Oh, Stacy, you're welcome. We are so proud of you, Stacy. We've been on this trip with you. Stacy is now a professional sonographer. And I met her early last year. Yeah, I had to put a fence around her Christmas tree. And she was going to school. And she is doing a bang-up job. And Maddie, happy birthday to you. Look at this. Isn't that what a cat does? So these are some very, very cute pictures to add things to, okay? So, Maddie, you know I've got to do this. Are you ready? Are you ready, everybody? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maddie. Happy birthday to you. And many, many, many more. Well, you better stay on radar now, Sherry. We missed you. All right. So, that book is so ridiculously cute. I don't know if that image is in there with the cat, with the mouse on the nose. I didn't see. Maybe I just missed it. So I'll really check. Well, Sherry, sometimes you just need to try and push through it, and you've got a safe group in here, you know, when you're feeling down. That's another reason why we're here, right? You guys know that. Okay. Oops. Winnie the Pooh with a mouse, that's right. All right. Diane Carfinio is having a birthday. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Guatemala is here. So Diane Carfinio is her birthday today? All right. So then the third book that Marilyn and Jean sent is this little guy. Is My Amazing Garden, an adult coloring book. Really wanted this one as well. I don't know what newly released means. It says 2020. Don't know how what name got on your text. Okay, so this is a cool book too. Look at that. So I wanted to show you this book. Zoom out. And I thought that these would be absolutely beautiful pieces. Look at this one to do for you. Lila got us the book for the African American ladies. Yay. Some of this, of course, as you can see, has the black on it. Oh, so Rita, okay, so Rita, so Diane Carofino, is she part of our group? I can check. And look at, guys, we can add stuff in the center here. Beautiful. Let's see, is that the color? No, that's not the cover. And I love how this goes outside of the boundary. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Squash. Gourd. Oh, these are all gourds. Okay, and then we got the candle. Look at that. Wouldn't that be beautiful to color too, that close-up? Chestnuts, that we call them, and I can't remember, I had the, Helen, what do you call chestnuts? Shoot, I forgot. Yeah, that's Vicky. I think you call them like head bonkers or something like that in the UK. So, does this flower look familiar? Conkers, that's it. C-O-N-K-E-R-S. I was kind of close. I wonder how that name came about. So, wide variety here of beautiful flowers. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't wait to get my new router. Look at that. Isn't that neat in that bucket? Now, this is interesting because we've got some roses in here mixed in with the other flowers. And we've got some probably cherries, some kind of berry in here. Oh, it's a game. Conquer on a string and hit each other's conquer. Okay. Hi, Ronnie. I took it as conquer, like being conked on the head with it. Look at this. And again, guys, over the edge. I want you guys to really pay attention. I could see adding a secondary border inside here. Very easily done. Or even 3 borders in here to make that dimensional. Ooh, that sounds like a good lesson coming up. Not tonight. Hold on. All right, just had to break the spine here. Oh, how cool that would be. There we go. There's the cover picture. No, that's not the cover picture. With a bee stuck in the middle. Yeah. The bee or the ladybugs. Oh, these grapes. I'd love coloring these grapes for you. I want you guys to think about borders. You've seen me extend stuff over borders. This would be very easy to draw this out. You draw it out in pencil, right? And then you just draw your little spiky lines. Zoom in. Zoom in. This would be like super easy to finish off that leaf. And again, what do I tell you? In pencil and then mark it up with pen. Yeah, borders would be a good lesson. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Oh, look at that. And look, simple little circle here to finish off this. And then a little white pen, Arteza, to get rid of that black line. Yeah, we could play with this. Somebody tell me what kind of flower this is. I've seen it. I can't remember the name. Now, one of the things that I like to do is I like to add like little dash lines to show movement of butterflies. So that's a very good thing to do. And then we could add extra little buglets down here. A little bit of bling on the butterfly. A big one. Oh, Lila, we really need to talk. A cabbage. I don't know what this is. Melissa, Helen is waiting to come on live. Yeah, that butterfly with a rainbow. Oh my gosh, either in chalk or pastel. Oh, I'm having ideas. And even not necessarily a rainbow, but just have the different colors in. You don't know the name, but you've grown them, and you can use the liquid from the bulb part for your hair as shampoo. Okay. Well, if somebody remembers what this name is, you can tell me at some point in time. Do I still sound crystal clear? Okay, and here are these flowers. Beautiful. Beautiful. Ooh, look at that. Again, over the border, right? Yeah, we definitely need a tutorial on borders. Good. Did I sound crystal? Well, when we get Helen on, we got to see how this headset holds up, because aloe vera plant, aloe vera. I'm not sure. Oh, look at that. And guys, just think about how this background here, we could transfer this background to other pages. Aloe vera, aloe vera. So, Jean, this is such a cool book. Look at that humongous bee. how neat. I don't think we ever ran into that picture. I'm not sure. Okay. And there's nothing in here that tells us what the different ones are. That's okay. Love, love, love this book. And I will definitely do a lesson on borders. We can play around with that. Okay? And imagine, guys, see this sunflower here? So we transfer this, zoom in. Oh yeah, no duplicates. We transfer this background here into a background here. Wouldn't that be cool? Okay. So Marilyn and Jean, thank you so much. You promised me zoom out. Zoom out. You promised me that you give Marilyn a hug for me and tell her thank you. The group is very appreciative. Okay. And I want to show you one more thing. I picked these up for the group. Well, actually, let me retract that. I picked them up because, you know, I'm doing all this coloring and it's getting to the point where I need to get a better storage system, and I don't want to keep paying for expensive books that either you buy at Michael's. I mean, you know, you can get them Hobby Lobby. Okay, so what I want to show you on these, 200 clear count, heavy duty. All right, let me get this open here. So I want to show you this. You get yourself a really nice notebook. There's a method to my madness here. Okay. Oh yeah. These are very, very thick, substantial pages. And they advertise, let me grab something here. Be with you in a minute, Helen. They advertise that they are, yeah, I'm going to get a binder. And the really neat thing about this, and this is what I noticed on the advertisement, is that they have a little bit of extra width. And where that makes a difference. Okay, see how crystal clear that is, guys? Gorgeous. But they have a little bit of extra width. I don't know, there you go. Do you see that little part to the right? Right there, that little tiny part right there. And that lets you stuff more pages in. Now, we're not stuffing pages in because we're just doing 2 of them back to back, right? But when you have uneven sized pages, some are a little smaller, some are a little bigger, that's going to help. But I want you to see how crystal clear this is. Now, obviously, extra room for bling too, that's right. Now, see, it's going to shine because of my studio light. But look how clear that is. It's not a matte finish. It is crystal, crystal clear. So I wanted to show you that. I can finally get all my pieces protected. So I want to show you what this is, and I will make it a point to do a link for you. So for anybody, and then what you do I mean, obviously, you guys know this, but you get your notebook. I'm not going to use this notebook because this is my reference notebook. And you just go ahead and pop your pages in, and then you're good to go. Okay? So, good stuff. Really cool. And if I don't pull that out, I will forget that I put it there, and then I'll wonder where my pictures are. So, that's a little heads up for you there. Hope that helps. But the thing that sold me on them was the slightly extra width and clear heavyweight pieces. Okay. Okie dokie smoky. Helen, are you ready to come on? Hopefully Helen didn't doze off. And I didn't see Sandra in here. UK Sandra. So Helen, if you're not napping, go ahead and request to come on camera. And that also gives me a chance to test the headset and see what happens with it. Da, da, da. You're back, dog's playing chase. Okay. Did you hear me, Helen, that I'm ready to have you come on camera? I wanted to make sure Sandra Shelley was here too. Did I miss you, Sandra? Sandra K is here. Canada, oh Canada, oh Canada. I am so excited about what's happening in our group, guys. Oh, and I gotta tell you, Facebook nailed me for playing that song. I got an email from them and they said, your video was banned in the following countries because of the copyright. And it was like Iran, I don't know, it was weird, Egypt. So at least I didn't do it in the US, but they nailed me. But that's okay, it was really worth it. It was worth it. As long as it wasn't in the US, we're cool. All right, Helen said she wants to be in our video. Hello, Helen. This headset behaves. All right, we're getting her on here.
Boys, bring me that bowl. Boys, bring me that bowl.
Well, I see a couch.
Oh, sorry.
Hi.
Sorry, no, I'm just throwing balls for dogs. I'm going to put a scarf on. I've got my nightie on. Obviously, I'm in the UK and it's like... And I know another time I was on, I ended up showing my bum, didn't I? So yeah.
Okay, Helen, we're having a little trouble. We're having a little trouble hearing you. So I need you to get closer to whatever you're broadcasting on.
Shush. Sorry, say that again.
Can you get a little closer, please, to your iPhone or iPad just so we can hear you better?
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, that's better. Okay. Okay, can everybody hear me?
Got wrinkles if I get closer.
Don't worry about it. No problem. Okay, so hold on a second, Helen. All right, now, everybody, am I clear? Am I still clear? I've got a new headset, Helen.
Yeah, it's clear, but it's a bit sort of, I don't know if anyone will agree with me, but it's a bit sort of, I don't know, echo, crackle.
Okay.
If that makes
Hold
sense.
on, let me.
It sounds like you're talking through a radio, or which obviously you are, with this being a headset.
Okay, they're telling me that I'm clear, but
it doesn't sound like I'm next to you.
yeah. Okay. Okay, we're still having a little trouble hearing you. Can you still get a little closer to your iPad or iPhone? We just need you closer to your microphone.
Good. I put a slight bit of makeup on, but if I knew I was going to have to get closer, I'd have put more.
Okay, well, that's okay. That's okay. Just come closer to your iPhone or iPad so we can hear you.
Okay, good. Is that any better?
Much better. Much better. Okay. Okay, that's good. Don't worry. Look.
Do my eyebrows and...
Okay, but now's not the time. Now's not the time to worry about that. You look fine. Okay. All right.
So, how do you want me to say or do of the competition?
Well, first of all, if you want to talk a little bit, I don't know if you can see comments, but Melissa says you are beautiful, Helen.
Thank you. That's so lovely. I don't feel it. I mean, it's like 1:30 in the morning. My hair, I've got lockdown hair. I used to, like a year ago, I was, was blonde. And now I did a box dye, and now I'm sort of, I don't know, a gingery strawberry. I don't know what I am.
Helen, really.
There's worse things in the world than my hair not being wonderful, isn't there? Far worse things in the world.
Helen, we're all friends. Don't worry about it, and just stay close to your device so that we can hear you. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It might be. It's my iPad. Is the microphone behind on the back? It might be because I've propped it up with stuff.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is that any better?
It's a little better. The microphone is on the end. I believe it's on the end, so that's okay.
I propped it up a little bit with a bit of books and a bit of stuff, because otherwise you'd have just been looking at my knees. And,
okay.
Or no one wants to just see my knees.
Okay. Well, and like I said, we just need you to lean in a little bit and just be close to your iPad, and that'll be fine.
Hold on, let me just sort these. I've had to put books up to. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've had to put books up to kind of stagger and build up, because otherwise the right. How's that?
Okay, pretty good. Lila says I'm super loud. Okay. All right, let me. I'm sorry, Helen?
I'm too loud?
No. They said I'm very loud. So I'm just adjusting my speaker. Okay, so go ahead and tell us about what you thought about all the entries, okay? And then tell us, and then tell us why you liked them, and then tell us who the winner is.
Okay. Well, this is actually it's hard to do because I haven't printed them off individually. I've looked at what you sent me and printed them off like that. And then I have written some notes of each. So I've written some notes things. So, I mean, I'm just doing a sentence for each one. I don't want to bore people to death. Number one, I'm calling. As in the order of what you sent me, yeah?
Okay, well that's fine. And then we just need the name of the person.
The blue one, which is Karen Pearson. What I love about this is the lovely cool colours, and what she's done here makes the face really stand out. The face and skin is the focal point, which actually I do that a lot in my drawings. So the focal point, she's really made that the focal point, and I love that.
Okay. So let me repeat what you said. Yeah.
And then sorry, I'm trying to show you this. I printed it off, and then I'm looking at my notes on the table. Yeah.
Okay.
2, Matilda Gentle.
Maddie.
What I love about that, it really pops off the page. I love the shading. I love she's got gold accents, and a mixture of cool and warmth within the whole thing. And then this one I'm calling number 3 because of the way you sent it. 1, 2, 3, blah blah. 3, let me look here. Melissa Biggs. Gorgeous, really pretty, and I love the fact it reminded me of like some sort of candy girl, which was beautiful. Makes me want to go out and buy some candy. Lovely.
Okay, so hold on a minute.
Number
Helen.
4.
Helen.
I'm looking in reverse on camera, but I think I'm on this one now. Number 4, Karen Moore Daunt Napier. Have I got that right?
Napier, yeah.
I apologise if I'm saying names wrong. I love the fruitiness, the fruity colours scheme, the fruity scheme. It's really refreshing, makes me want to dive in to have a lovely fruity drink. It was really, really eye-catching. Love it.
Eye-catching fruity colors, okay.
Yeah. This one, hold on, let me see, number 5, because I said I've written notes here. Marilyn Waring. Love this. Crisp, smart, and well thought out, with the grey bringing other colours into the focal point. So what I meant by that was she's done greys, which is brilliant, and means that the other colours are standing out more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, crisp, smart. Yep.
And then number 6 is this one. I said I'm writing off my notes and then doing this in reverse, aren't I? So we're on this one, I think number 6, Lila. Yes, Lila.
Yep, Lila.
I loved it. Lovely and quirky. The purple hair, brilliant, very uplifting. Loved it. Yeah, really loved it. So quirky, lovely hair. Love it.
Quirky, yep. Beautiful.
I'm going to go to number 7. Oh God, which one's that? Because I'm doing reverse with you on the screen. Oh, hold on.
Okay, 6. Take your time.
7 is the one with black background. Okay. Right, so we're here now, yeah.
Yep.
Lila. I love the black background because it brings everything to the forefront, makes it an instant eye-catching, an instant pop. So love that. So I'm going here now, which is Wanda. Oh, sorry, I didn't write down her last name.
Yep, Wanda. We know who it is. Wanda.
Fontenot. No?
Yes, that's it.
Yes,
that's it.
I wrote down that I adore the shading, and the yellow glow around is just brilliant. It's a really great use of colour, and just the glow just highlights the whole thing and makes it look even more special than your crisp colouring.
Beautiful. Okay.
And then, what am I on now? 9. Sandra Shelley, I think we're on.
Yep.
Oh, lovely. And though, what I love is the cute, I know this is just a printout from a computer, so you can't really see, and I apologise, I haven't painted my nails, done my nails, and I look like, oh, a workman. The cute cheek she put in, that's, oh, brilliant, adorable. And then the rest of what she's done is so pretty, and almost what I would call, because I've done it in a book before, one of my books I show how to do a shell that's you know, like a clam shell, iridescent.
Yes.
And that,
yes,
totally, she's done like an iridescent type colouring. I thought that was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And then where are we on to now? Oh, sorry, last one. Jean Waring. I said I had to write these down because otherwise, you know, I can't know them off by heart. Lovely warmth to it, really, really lovely. And there's such a good balance of strong and soft colours, so she knows what she's doing with balancing of colours. I love that. Yeah, I said the balance, and then she's got the face as the focal part, but such a lovely warmth, gorgeous colours, and she's not gone too bold, too crazy psychedelic or anything. She knows what she's doing with her colours, so well done.
excellent. So it sounds like you're happy with all of them, that all the entries were very...
All wonderful.
I have to show you what I'm doing with mine. Can you see your screen?
Yes.
So I'm just playing around with it now, and I didn't want to do anything until after the contest.
Oh,
yes, Lila.
I didn't say the winner, did I?
Oh no, but that's okay. That's all right. We're getting there.
Well, I know the winner. Do you want me
Who's
to say?
all right? Who is the winner? Read the name to me. It's backwards. Maddie. Is it Maddie? Maddie. Ooh.
Yeah,
all right.
Point, wasn't it? There was a winner, Matilda Gentle, and it was just, all of them were glorious, but Matilda's just, she just had a great balance of things in colour, and yeah, I don't know, I can't say the exact reason, it just went like out to me.
Oh, that's absolutely wonderful. Well, thank you so much.
I don't know, voucher or books or whatever.
Yay, Maddie. Well, listen, I really appreciate you taking the time to comment on everybody's, and everybody really appreciates that, Helen.
Well, it's enjoyable.
Well, good, and I wanted you to see, I've got your book here for everybody that's watching, you know, watching the program and the video afterwards. And also this.
Do you want to show my other books you got while I'm alive and awake, or not?
Well, not yet, because I just want to
with the different time scale, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just concentrating on this one right now.
Oh, that's fine. That's great.
And by the way, today is Maddie's or Matilda's birthday.
Oh,
So
hope you got a nice cake.
there you go. So she just found out not only did she have a nice birthday today.
It's not a cake, is it?
So she found out that she won the contest.
Oh,
all
I
right.
haven't seen that message. Oh, I can't really say, but well done. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome colouring.
Well, Helen, thank you so much for your time. You look gorgeous. You look just fine. Quit worrying about it. And we really appreciate you taking the time to explain everything that you liked about all the images.
Yeah, well, it's always fun.
Okay.
All right.
Well, good.
I will let you go.
Okay. Well, you rest up. You rest up the rest of the
I'll
evening.
try and have a bit of a sleep. Throw some toys for dogs.
Okay.
Sleep. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. You have a fun night.
All right. You take care. Thank you. Good night.
Well, there is hope on the horizon as vaccines reach some of the furthest corners of the world.
Okay. Well, Maddie, welcome. You won. Congratulations. Yay. And I'll tell you what, I hope everybody took to heart what she said about the different pieces, because that was her stuff and she's the one that would know how things are going to look. I'm so happy for all of you who entered the contest. And I'm, again, particularly happy. Okay, hold on, Lila. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, is that any better? I turned down the volume. And let me know if that's any better. I've got it turned way down now. Is that any better? Still very loud. Okay. Okay, I've turned down my volume. If you guys could turn down your volumes, that would be fantastic. The one I'll speak softer then as well. The one thing too is when I turned my sound down, I had a really hard time hearing Helen. And also, I'm so used to speaking without a headset, I work on projecting my voice, so that's probably why I'm coming out too loud. So I just have to get used to it. But this does tell me I could hear, yeah, Helen just wasn't close enough. Hi, Dawn. All right, is that any better? I'm just working on the position of the headset. We'll work through this, guys. We'll get it figured out. So what I've done is I've literally lifted the headset now up by my eyes so it doesn't sound so loud, and I will work on being, I'll whisper. How's that? Oh, yay. All right. Dawn, how you doing? So glad you could join us. Yeah, it's going to just take a little time. I don't even have the headset now by my, I've got the mic part up by my eyes, so I'll remember to do that when I talk to you guys. Okay, well that was fun. Yeah, I love that, Lila, when she said it was quirky. That fits you so perfectly. I thought that was hysterical when she said that, and I didn't want to interrupt her, so that really worked out. Okay, so Maddie, you need to get in touch with me, and we'll figure out, you get 2 books, and that'll be your prize. They will be shipped from the UK. All right. So I've got several projects here that I can work on. And I think I'm going to work on this book a little bit just to give you something different to look at. I am so glad you guys are entering these contests. And for all of you that are watching, guys, please enter. Please enter. We've got artists coming in here up the yin yang now, and they are willing to critique and look at them. And that is so much fun. Okay. So this piece is from Pirates. And this is by Alena Lazareva. I'm probably mispronouncing her name. This is a beautiful book. It's got duplicates in it. And we've got some that are not grayscale at all. But look at this hair. Does that remind you of something? Mariella, right? Budek. Beautiful, beautiful pieces. This is an actually zoom in. Zoom in. This is a bonus section. And these are pictures from her other coloring books that are in the back. Let's see. So she has a second set of pages back here. These are the bonus pages that you get in this particular book. So she's got all sorts of things. This is from Elegant Beauties. It ought to look familiar. This is from Unicorns. This is from Victorian Grayscale. I've got this book that was gifted. This is from Christmas Time, Grayscale. So good stuff with it was this. Okay. So that's Pirates real quick if anybody's interested in that book as well. Great little subject matter, totally different. All right. We are having a good night. Zoom out. All right, so now you guys know that there's no fear in grayscale, right? And for anybody new, if you have any questions, have at it. Okay. We'll just go ahead and pull out some of my pens here. Okay, so one of the things that's really neat too with your markers is they make a great background for skin. So what you can do, and while I'm thinking of it, you're going to hear a little clacking. I'm going to go ahead and spray this with my Krylon workable fixative. And again, the number on it is 1306 clear. And what that does, if anybody has any questions, is that creates your background that you can work on with your markers. And it lets you blend them. And not only blend them, but it also gives you the ability to smudge them, which you know I love to do. And if anybody has any questions about that, you're at me so that we know. Zoom in. Zoom in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Zoom in. Is I'm going to go ahead and add that skin tone with my marker. Hi, Sandra Shelley. And remember, when you've got your marker going on here and you put your Krylon on here, that allows you to give that little smudge in there that just makes everything come out nice and smooth. Now, the reason that I'm going to go ahead and leave the area over the eyes open is because I'm going to put the eyeshadow on there. And remember too, when we're doing something like this, we're not just shoving marker on here and letting the grayscale do the shading for us. That is not the intention at all. Hi, Daisy. Now, do you guys remember when I was talking about the little shadow that's at the base of the throat? You see that drawn in here? Zoom in. Zoom in. There's that little shadow right there, right at the base of the throat. And when you add that, That's what gives you all sorts of depth. Daisy, that keeps any lines. When I color in marker and I pick that marker up, sometimes it leaves a little dot of liquid. And that rubbing keeps that dot going away, makes it go away. And also, it smooths out any potential lines that might come in. That's where it's important that you spray with that Krylon. You're welcome. Okay. No, these are not the Crayola markers. I'm not particularly happy with them because they're very streaky. I may not even keep them, and I'm thinking about not keeping my Crayola pencils. It absolutely galls me to throw stuff out like that. Dawn, did that information help you that I sent you? Is actually, this particular marker is my Ohuhu. Well, I'm very happy with my Ohuhus. These are the water-based, and then I have Cali Art alcohol-based. Zoom out. Yeah, I cannot recommend the Crayola markers. I just don't like them, and if you have something like your Ohuhus, another brand that I have that I really like is my Tanmit, T-A-N-M-I-T. These are a dual tip pen, a fine pen, and a brush, so it doesn't have the chisel. So these are good too. I think there's only, oh, how many were there? I don't know. I think there were 16 maybe, or 20. Okay. Yeah, do the research on the Copic. I mean, they're supposed to be really good, but sometimes it's down to that you're buying the name and that the other markers are just fine. Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the Copic are bad. I would just recommend that you read the reviews. See what you think. And if they have just skin tones, have at it. I don't think that Ohuhu has just skin tone. Okay, now does everybody see how nice and smooth that color is coming out? Hi, Wanda. Maddie won the contest for the theater coloring, theater mask. But Helen was nice enough to go through and talk about all of them, including yours. Okay. Zoom out. And guys, if you would be absolutely sure to please, please, please share this broadcast. We've got so much coming up. Yeah, Wanda, Helen said that Lila's was quirky. And I thought that that was such a perfect fit. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I have I think this is a Cool Bank. I can't tell. It's a light camel. And now I'm going to go back over to color. With this camel brown. Now, if you were wondering why I went so gold with this face, with the skin color, that's because to me, a pirate is out in the sun and the elements. Yeah, Maddie's was pretty cool. So I'm going over the skin. And it's going to give her, as Sherry mentioned, that tan look. And yeah, you can say that, tanned, not tinted. Now, we've got a really bad popcorn effect here. And by the way, how's my volume? Is it still okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this now. Yeah, it looks like she's got skin fungus. Oh, it sounds amazing. Good. Yeah, I pulled in a completely different brand headset because I was having so much trouble connecting the last one. Am I getting cold? A cold? No. No, no, no. Now, what I want you guys to start looking at and considering when you color, you know, we're talking about dimension, we're talking about using more than one color. And the next thing that I want you to look at I missed the hand here. Hi, Karen. What I want you to look at is, especially on skin, is to get away from the normal white skin. And I want you to start focusing on different skin tones. Let's see, and different shades. And when I start coloring in the coloring book that Lila got us of African American, you'll start to see where I'm going with that. And you can see here that I'm starting to get a very rich color. With the browner skin. All right. Now, I could have very easily laid down a pencil base. So don't worry if you don't have markers. Because the same principle applies with the pencils as it does. Hi, Rebecca. The same principle applies with your colored pencils as it does with putting your marker as a base. Excuse me. The same principle applies with your pencil, yeah. And Melba just popped in. We love it. Now, it's going to look wonky because we don't have the eyes done, the shadow, or the hair, or anything around it. But trust me, when we get to the other pieces, it'll look a lot better. Had to get your coloring fixed today. The family gathers around the table. That's actually a good way to put it. It was so funny. I was talking to Charter today because I had to pair up my modem and all that happy hoo-ha. And I told him that I broadcast every night. He goes, "Oh, what do you broadcast?" And I was telling him about the adult coloring. He goes, "Oh, yeah, I really enjoy that. And my girlfriend does too." So he's going to look into joining the group. That was so funny. The good news was I didn't have to tell him that I was broadcasting any porn or live streaming any porn. That would have been funny to get his reaction. That's one of those dead silence on the other end of the line. Oh, yeah. ILene is ramping up. We are family. Da, 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 da. Well, I'm glad you're here, Melba. Zoom out. No, I'm not doing any porn. That's what I said. I said it's a good thing I wasn't doing any. So that when he asked me what I did, that wasn't my answer. Okay. All right. Now, I'm taking a little white pencil here. And I'm going ahead and just softening that color just a little bit. It's so funny with this headset now. I have to use you're coloring nudes. So I'm using white pencil now just to tamp down that color a little bit. Zoom in. Oh man, this headset is so much better. I can hear, so when I do like my zoom in and zoom out, I can hear it in the headset. And I wasn't before, so that's why I was always questioning whether you guys could hear me. That's right, everybody gathers at the table. Okay, so what I want you to see now is look at the difference between the arms and the chest area and the face. And now, guys, this is where we're getting our really nice tan look that a pirate would have. Yeah, Wanda was laughing at me concerning this picture because a couple months ago I had started coloring it, and you know, I finished the 1 or 2 broadcasts that I was doing with it, and then for the life of me I could not find it. I mean, I could not find it. And I looked and I looked and I turned my studio upside down and I couldn't find it, and it drove me nuts because I knew I just had it. Come to find out I'd left it. Yeah, remember, Lila? Yeah, I left the stupid thing in the scanner. So I went to scan something and lifted the cover, and there it was. Okay, zoom out. Zoom out. She'd say, why do you always need the different shades of color? Yeah. Well, think about coloring, guys. When we all started when we were young, is we just took a single crayon and filled in an area, and that was it. What we're doing now is way more advanced than that. Okay, so now we've got the softer, flat coloring didn't work anymore. That's right. Okay. Yeah, you told me it'd be in the last place I looked. Well, and there's an Ann Landers story to that too. If somebody wrote into Ann Landers and said, why is it when I'm looking for something, it's always in the last place I looked? And Ann Landers answered back and she said, because when you find it, you stop looking for it. So she was having some fun. Yeah, there you go. Yep, because you stop looking for it. Okay. Excuse me for reaching, guys, in front of you. Okay. So I wasn't super happy with that color I started to start with on the outside, so I just recolored it with my white pencil. And now I'm going to use the Castle Arts Raw Umber. Zoom in. Oh, you got the best marriage advice for Ann Landers? Oh, that's cool, Melba. What was that marriage advice, Sherry? Okay. Oh, yeah, and by the way, I sent Jeff a list of basic art supplies for coloring when he asked for that. So we'll see what he comes up with. Okay, zoom in. Yeah, exactly. I was coloring the scarf and the belt, on the belt, yeah. So I thought I would change it up tonight and do that, do this. Okay, so what I'm doing now and what I want you to see is I'm going through and I'm giving my edge that dimension I always talk about. And I'm getting rid of that line that the artist drew in. We had to have it, of course, to follow. And remember, when you color your line, that starts to give you the guide to then blend in. Think about how we did the clouds and we obliterated the clouds with the pens. Because clouds don't have black outlines on them, right? And again, critical to this coloring is that blending in. You don't ever want to see any harsh lines. I don't know, Mel, but maybe I need to have you come on camera sometime and talk about acrylic coloring and painting. Okay. I accidentally obliterated the ring here. Now, what I want you to pay attention to is as I'm coloring and I'm doing the shading, how this whole thing is coming together. And what you think looks kind of dorky in the beginning actually ends up looking pretty cool. Now I'm doing a combination of following the gray and I'm also taking a little bit of liberty, like right here where I see fit. I don't want you guys to go brain dead when you're coloring grayscale, all right? You're always going to add your own touches to it. And that's what's going to end up making the piece your own. You can emulate somebody like Ruth Sanderson, but you shouldn't be copying. You are not Ruth Sanderson. I am not Ruth Sanderson. We all have our different tastes. Boy, that was so much fun when she started waltzing us around the studio. Zoom out. Anybody have any questions about what I'm doing? And you also notice that I'm working towards not necessarily having a Caucasian person. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that, Melba. Yeah, and the other thing too, good night, Rebecca. The other thing too, Melba, that we can talk about too is how you approach coloring a piece. You do some really neat colorings of American Indian coloring. And the Indians are all colored pencil, yeah. Why are you seeing purple and green? I don't know. I see it on my screen. I don't know why that's doing that. Isn't that weird? Let's see if we can get rid of that. That is really bizarre. Look at that. Okay, I think it went away. So what I want you to see now is I'm taking this darker brown, I'm edging, and then I'm blending in. You know, Melba, if you did a presentation on just, you know, doing the shadows and stuff, but also on how you are coloring with your pencil, your American Indian pieces, I think that would be really great. Because people are interested in how to color different skin colors. And actually, guys, surprise, that's what I've been doing tonight for you. And what I want you to see is that I went ahead and just changed the skin base to the darker color. So now we've got more of a Caribbean color of a young lady that has the slightly darker skin. Okay, Ronnie, I'll coordinate with you. Watercolor pencils, Lila, is in a nutshell, you put them on your paper. Let's say you're coloring a bird wing. And you start your colors at the base of the feathers, like at the top, for example. And you put your pencil down, and then you take a brush. So you color in your pencil, and then you take a brush. And you pull that color down further, a wetted brush, and pull that color down further. Think of your pencils as like a paintbrush. Zoom out. What do you think, guys? What do you see as skin color now? Right, just color a portion of it, Lila, and then bring down the rest of the color with your brush, which will thin it out and give you that watercolor look. Everybody see now how that skin is the darker color? More of a Caribbean style? Ah, did it again. You guys keep seeing my ceiling. That's right, you can scrape the color off onto your paper and use a mister. Yep. Just think of it as a hard form of watercolors, and that you have the ability to be more precise where you place them on the paper. So using the example of the bird, you would start at the top and then mist it, wet it, and then start pulling the colors down. So what I wanted to show you guys tonight is there's absolutely no, good night, Melba. We need to coordinate to get you on air. How about in a couple weeks? Does that sound good to you? Oh yeah, you got to be really careful with the amount of color on the brush. What I would do is I would just get some paper, blank paper, cardstock, and color in some areas, you know, just some spots with it. And then play with it with your brush and mister. Zoom in, zoom in. Yep, there we go with that coloring on that hair again. Zoom in, zoom in. And now where my areas are with the grayscale, I'll just go ahead and darken that a little bit. Plus add my own, for example, underneath the chin. Yeah, like I said, you're painting in effect with your pencils. Just think of your pencils as hard versions of your watercolors. Okay. Now, notice also on the skin where I went ahead and put this dash mark. Yeah, just like the little paint sets you used to get as kids, but in pencil form. Yeah, we're getting that purple stuff again. I have no idea why that's happening. All right, I'm not even going to worry about it. Okay. And you see that white streak? I don't know if that's showing up. Oh, let me see what that is. Weird gremlins tonight. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and work on this shirt or blouse. I've got 3 colors here. I've got the light blue, the medium blue, and the dark blue. Joycelyn, hi. Yeah, what Sherry said, they're so much fun and easier than pan watercolors. Spritz them with water, brush over them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you remember from our quilt guide that we did the light areas and our medium areas and our dark? And that quilt guy, if you watch that series with me, was a really good lesson in how to do grayscale, because you saw the different versions of it. Okay. Any questions so far? Excuse me. You know, maybe that's the way that you guys should start thinking about your coloring, is that you're painting, excuse me, with your coloring pencils. So I've got my edges done, right? And then I'm going to work with a medium blue. So notice now that all the areas on here that were medium gray, I'm going ahead and coloring in with my pencil. And I'm also even adding my little touches to it. Again, you don't really necessarily have to lockstep with your gray, because as you get to coloring, you're going to start finding that you're artistically adding your own touch. And again, the other thing I'm going to point out is we're not using one pencil color. I'm pulling you guys away from that. I don't want you to do that. Even when you're doing non-grayscale, grayscale pages, if you're doing a simple little mouse, we're not just going with that one shade. You want to add those colors that your brain is going to see when you lay down your colors. Not necessarily your eyes, but your brain, right? Oh, Lila. Still came back positive. Dang it. Tell Richard that I told him to cut that out. Cut that out. Out. Cut that out. Zoom in. Now, I want you to see this too, is under her right breast. You want to go ahead and shade that in that U to give you that curvature. And that line wasn't necessarily there when I added it, but I wanted to go ahead and delineate that and have it come up. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my shade of my darker blue underneath the bottom here. I'm actually going to be all over that vaccine when I'm eligible. Okay. And then I'm going to blend all of this in lightly. Don't go nuts with your blender, guys. You don't grind it into your paper. And I'm blending just enough to get rid of any of that popcorn effect that I'm seeing. Now, in this particular case, and I've done this before for you, is I used a white pencil to go ahead and highlight folds, which means I'm coloring in between the folds, and that's giving us now that really neat look. And don't be afraid to use your fingers, guys. I know that several of you really don't like to get your fingers into stuff, but hey. All right, there we go. So you're just having a minor procedure, Sandra? Well, Lord God, I send extra special blessings to everybody. You're hearing everything in this room, Lord God. Zoom out. Zoom out. That's going on with these ladies. And I ask you, Lord God, to please bless them and bless Sandra when she goes in for her minor procedure. Lord God, let's keep it minor. Thank you so much for your care, Lord God. In the holy name of Jesus, amen. Amen. Now, I want you to notice that I'm balancing out this right puff with this left one. Oh, ladies, you're welcome. Now, at some point in time, you're going to have so much of your pencil over the top that it's going to be, or can be, a little difficult to tell where your shading is. But see, we've already colored with the shading. So that's now where we're going to enhance some of these areas. All right, everybody see how rich that top looks now? And then I'm just going to go ahead and clean up a little bit where my pencil just kind of got all over the place. My pleasure, Lila. You guys know that I'm always here for you to pray. Or, you know, I'll just FaceTime you and pick on you. Okay, now I need to erase this bow tie or bow. So I'm probably going to lose a little bit of my blue around the edges, which is fine, no biggie. And we'll just go ahead and repair that. You like getting picked on. And by the way, guys, while I'm counting my blessings, thank you guys so much for the things that you've been sending. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Lila. You know I'll make good use of it for the group. Zoom out. So what do you think? You guys are always asking me how to color darker skin. There you go. Oh, I know you guys are here for me. Oops. You better believe I know that. Okay. Zoom in. Oh, Christine, you got to go? And guys, don't be afraid to use your finger. Just that little bit of blending makes all the difference in the world. I will tell you when I need prayer. At the moment, I am doing just fine. I always say my morning prayer, and then I always rebuke Satan in the holy name of Jesus Christ when I get up. So he has absolutely no chance. Video is stalling. Bye, Christina. Christine, I'm sorry, not Christina, excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to use some different shades of gray. Zoom in. You better believe I'm covered. Every day I thwart satanic attack by rebuking Satan in the name of Jesus Christ. Okay, now I know that this is the different colors of gray, and it may seem a little weird to be coloring the gray on top of the gray. Oh yeah, I've prayed over my car. So what I want you to see now, that I'm going to go ahead and start working on this hair in the different shades. And you'll see what I have in mind in a moment with this. So what would you guys think of me having Melba come in? And having her talk about acrylics. You know, and Lila, that really brings up an interesting point. For some reason, they think that God is quote unquote too busy to deal with the smaller things. And that is so untrue. God is God. And yeah, you should pray for your car. Pray for your car. And if I lose something, I say, hey, God, I really need some help with this. I misplaced my iPhone one time, and at the time I needed to broadcast with it. Oh my gosh, he's not too busy. God is delighted that you're paying attention to him, guys. That's the point. And I said, God, I really need you to show me where my phone is. And he did. That was the day I really had a brain fart, and I put my phone in the refrigerator for some reason. Well, I know what happened. I had a bunch of packages in my hand. All right, I'm using 2 shades of gray, 3 shades of gray. And this last color that I'm putting in is a charcoal gray, which is looking black. That's exactly right, Sandra. We frustrate God when we don't ask him and talk to him. And what concerns us concerns him. It really does. All right, does everybody see how I'm tinting and coloring? And by tinting, I mean using the different grays now to give a really neat dimensional effect here. So I'm not coloring this hair. That's right, Lila. God knows our puny little minds. He knows what flusters us. Hello. God wants us to be happy. Okay. God knows my love for adult coloring, and I asked him for a way to incorporate it in such a way that I was still serving him. And he gave me this to do. And I'm really enjoying it and having a ball and meeting great people. I hope, and I'm not even going to say hope because I know, and influencing people. Yeah, pea-sized brain. Zoom out. And I ask God not to let me influence people the wrong way. And this group has done nothing but get better. All right, everybody see these shades that I'm working on with this hair. Zoom in. Zoom in. Okay. Now, excuse me. Let's see here. That's right. That hair does look black instead of gray. And then this is where you take, when I can find it, which is evading me right now. Excuse my arm. There we go. And this is where you want to take a very dark blue and plop that color in there. Remember when I did that hair on Wild Soul? And I worked out with the gray colors first and then eventually took it to the black. Do, 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 do. Okay. And this is one of those things now where your brain is seeing this blue, but your eyes are not. And that's why your hair is going to look really terrific. All right. I'm putting the indigo blue over the gray. And that's creating that shade that we want. I just needed to clean off the hat just a little bit. And sometimes with the indigo blue, I'll go ahead and then reintroduce a little more gray. And that indigo blue is what is adding that dimension. But you don't want to see it. So if you get a little carried away with your blue, you got to fix it. Okay? All right. So I want to go ahead and do her makeup, because that really is looking a little wonky. Zoom in. That's just the light. Isn't that weird? Zoom in. Zoom in. Well, be that way. So I'm just going to touch her lips with a little pink. And I used a very, very light pink. And please keep that in mind when you're doing grayscale. Some people forget that you're going to get darker and they don't adjust. Now, I've got the blue outfit. So I'm thinking I'm going to pop in a little bit of green on the eyes, or eyeshadow, excuse me. And we don't need much. Just barely touching it with a little bit of darker green right next to the eye. I like to do that and then keep that shadow really soft. Kind of like the makeup has settled in on the crease of the eyes. And speaking of which, if you really wanted to play with it, put a little crease here in the light part. See that? And then you've even got more dimension. All right. And then I'm going to take a very fine pen and I'm going to put the black in the eye. And I'm going to let that dry because it looks really weird. And then I'm going to take my Arteza pen and we'll pop a little white dot in there. All right. I don't know if I can make that look quite the way I want it. I'm not kidding, guys. This is so minuscule. Zoom out. Zoom out. I really can't do it the justice that I want to do it. I may have to go back and add a little more black just to play around with that. And then the last little touch is we'll go ahead and just add just a really light tint of pink that you hardly see it. Yeah, she does. She looks evil-eyed. That is so small, I'll tell you. All right, we'll see what happens when that dries. Zoom out. Not going to play tonight. All right. So everybody see how cool that's looking now? Yeah, it's okay. So there's the overall now that we've got on this. All righty. All right, let's pop down to the pants real quick. Okay, guys, I was bumped. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. All right. So now what I'm going to do, because after being bumped, because of the eyes being green, I want to go ahead and add another element in there. And I'm going to go ahead and use almost a, that's the word I want, not a khaki green. Like a tent green type thing. And again, we can do this because her eyes have that green. So we'll start to pick that up.
And sometimes what I like to do, where I know that I'm going to be adding my medium green, I'll go ahead and use my lighter green and darken in just a little bit. Kind of to put in a little marker there. We are back. So I'll go ahead and put down my base color. And I'll go ahead and play with these darker areas. Lila, that area has some different markings on it. I looked at it and I don't think that that's part of the shirt. So I'll make it a completely different color. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that it's an under corset. That's exactly what I'm thinking. So I'm going to go ahead and smooth this out. Now, we don't have to get overcomplicated with these pants at all. So I used my light green and I colored my light areas. Then in my medium areas, I went ahead and darkened with my light green a little bit. Just to basically mark the areas. Zoom in. Now, here's what I want you to see. So in these areas that I went ahead where the medium gray was, that I colored in with my light green, but just a little bit darker. There's a method to my madness here. Is now I'm going to go in with my medium green. And go over those areas that I went a little darker with my light green. And now we're getting all sorts of neat color shades and combinations here. And that's what I wanted you to see. So did everybody catch that? So instead of just using my medium green pencil over the medium green spots in the pants, I went ahead and pre-colored it with the light green but darker. And I really, really want you guys to see and embrace this concept of this dimensional coloring, because that's what grayscale teaches you and shows you. And I want you to start using it in your line art coloring. And by line art, I mean non-grayscale, all right? And then I'm taking my blender pencil, because I still got a little bit of that not smooth popcorn effect with my next color. And sometimes that'll happen because of paper. Sometimes it'll happen if you're using different brands of pencil. No biggie deal. You've got to stop letting adversities in your coloring stop you and frustrate you. Zoom out. Now, I'm still a little bumpier with this next green color that I like it. So you can blend in teeny tiny circles. Don't forget to change your blending color if you have to. Direction if you have to. I don't talk about that too much, but I need to. If blending up and down isn't cutting it, then try crosswise. All right. And what I want you to notice now is we've got some nice white areas coming up here, which is bringing the color of the pants forward. And now I'm going to go down the side, turning my pencil. I'm right on top of my line. And then I'm going to blend that in. Zoom in. And then I use my blending pencil very lightly just to smooth that out. And you can see these white areas. Oh, there you go. Counterclockwise, yeah. Wanda, no, I didn't put marker down on the pants first. I just wanted to show the different mediums. All right, now I lost some of my crease lines, so I'll go ahead and put those back in. And this is where finger blending is going to help you, because if you blend it with the blending pencil, it's going to take away too much. Now, as you can see, there are spots all over this thing. So that means that two of my colors are not playing well together. And you can either incorporate that into the coloring, or you take an X-Acto knife and you just very, very gently scrape the top. And again, guys, sometimes you'll have that happen, that you've got a combination of paper and two pencil brands that don't want to play well with each other at all. So that's one way of correcting a problem. Zoom out. Everybody see that? Now, if you have an error like that, or I should say a problem, it's not an error, it's a problem. And sometimes I've used my nail. You know, I'll put down a color and then I'll immediately scratch it with my nail. That will help too. Zoom in. Zoom in. So see, I put down my color and then I immediately scratch it with my nail. And that smooths it out beautifully. See how smooth now that top part is? Your nail is not as harsh as an X-Acto blade, but it's strong enough that it'll go ahead and get all those little crumblies off there. See that on the tip of my finger? Yeah, it could be one's oil, one's wax, it could be the paper. It happens. And if you guys get pouty about it and say, you know, I'm going to throw this out because, you know, yada, 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 you don't learn how to fix this stuff. Do you honestly believe that Jeff Haney hasn't had some oopsies in his, you know, I'm talking like real oopsies. Like maybe dropping a paint splotch somewhere. Excuse me. Of course he has. And he said he only threw out one piece, and to this day he regrets it. Now, there's something about scraping this with the nail that really works out well. So I'm popping the color on. Whoop! I'm popping the color on. And then I'm scraping it. You guys with me on that? And sometimes I don't scrape fully. I'll just rub, you know, maybe I'll rub and I'll scrape. It just depends on what's working. Zoom out. Everybody see how cool that looks? All right, and then I'll just go ahead and I will take my eraser and I'll just clean that edge. You know I like to keep my edges clean. Excuse me for wiping with my hand. That's a big no-no. Yeah, I just like getting my fingers dirty. Oh, the sacrifices I make for you guys. Zoom out. There you go. Is that not looking cool or what? Neat project. And oh my gosh, we colored skin non-white. How's my sound level, guys? And you know, you can play around with it a little bit. Yeah, the olive green turned out great. I'm so happy with this headset. Okay. Any questions or comments before I pop out of here? I hope you learned something, as I always do. Hope you learned something. I love you guys, you know that. I think we're in really good shape with this piece, and I just wanted to show you something a little different. Okay? All right, guys, calling it an evening. Zoom in. This is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Zoom in. Zoom in. I hope you had fun. I don't want to zoom in on those eyes. That's ridiculous. Here, I'll do that. I'll fix those eyes, I promise. We'll zoom in on the pants. All right, guys. Take it easy. Have fun. And we'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. Tell your friends, guys. Share the video. Lots coming up, and I'll have Melba come on. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Joyous, joyous coloring. Bye.